China has become the world's largest contributor of peace. And that is what you can make up when you read this New York Times article. China wields its rare earths leverage over Europe with export controls. And this is your favorite half Chinese. Beijing banned shipments of important supplies to 14 companies on the cutting edge of chemicals, processing, electric motors, and defense. Last month, China blacklisted 2 American companies crucial to U.S. efforts to create a supply chain for making a powerful rare earth magnets. China's Ministry of Commerce announced that it had banned any further shipment to 14 companies in the European Union of dual-use material or products, items that China described as potentially having both military and civilian application. It's funny how they are saying that China is targeting European companies or American companies, while this all actually is in retaliation. You do this to us, you restrict us, because Europe also did it to China. You have said, oh yeah, those companies, we are going to blacklist them because they sell dual-use products to Russia, of which, to my knowledge, is not even any shred of proof. So how is China targeting if Europe and the United States is targeting China first? Normally, one calls that retaliation. So if you work with Chinese people, you really need to be careful because Chinese people are very fast learners. So they said, actually, you guys are completely right. Because the biggest warmongers in the world are you guys. So, if we keep supplying you, then we are also supplying our enemy. Because it is Europe and the United States that are trying to contain China, that are constantly provoking them, also militarily, pushing other nations to go against China. Very, very hostile behavior, not even mentioning the military bases surrounding China and all those military alliances specifically targeting China. So why would China give rare earth to the West? So they can make weapons to take the lives of innocent Chinese people, to destroy a country that has been rebuilt miraculously after these exact same actors destroyed it and gave them 100 years of humiliation. But while doing all this, while China is also fighting back, it at the same time is promoting peace in the world, because the lesser weapons there are for the West to be used, the lesser wars there will be. The lesser people will lose their life. The lesser refugees. The lesser the citizens in Europe need to pay. The more they can use their tax money for their own country. China, while doing this, is actually extremely benefiting the world on so many levels we have no idea. Anyway, I just needed to make this little video. Not really to prop up China, but many people always ask me or telling me, oh yeah, China is never doing anything. This is actually, these actions of China are very precise. These actions are targeting exactly what they need to target. And China is not a country that is running on emotions like they do in the West. They're just hitting around them left and right. China is just sitting there. You hit them and they're like, let's see, what would hurt the most? What would happen if we do this? What will happen if we would do that? What would be the result? What would be happening after that? This is how China is working. They're not slapping around in an angry fit. That's the capitalist nations. Why? Because we have incompetent people. Let's face it. none of the people in Western governments would be qualified to serve in the government in China, in Beijing. Honestly, none. Not even our prime ministers or placeholders, we should say. Honestly, here in the Netherlands, we now have a kid as a president. He's in his 30s. Like, I mean, seriously, you don't need any experience in life or maybe in the job. Nah, just need to have a little bit popularity and a little bit of handshaking, rubbing elbows. That's all you need. And that is why, exactly why, we are failing. Anyway, it was my short little video. I hope that people will think about this. And yeah, this is actually, when you think of it, a huge contribution to peace in the whole entire world. Thank you, China, your favorite half Chinese. And as always, have a great day.